Hey guys, what's going on? So again, come up with a new video, and this time we will discuss about the e-way bill which has been notified by the central government via notification number 27 in the central text dated 30th August 2017. But that will be applicable or effective with effect from the date which will be communicated to you guys on the later days. So e-way bill rule has been finalized but will become into force from the later date. Alright guys, so this is an important video and you should know it, and therefore you should watch the video completely till the end because it is really important, and I arrange the rule in such a way that it can be easily understood by you. It's not like I just go through section number 1 2 3 4. No. I just arrange you for your better understanding so that you can really find it very useful. Alright guys, so now the first question is, who are required to generate the e-way bill? So there are three persons who can generate the e-way bill. First one, the registered supplier. Second one, registered recipient. Third one is the transporter. So registered supplier, registered recipient, and the transporter can generate the e-way bill. So register only the registered person need to generate the e-way bill. Remember that. Second most important question, when are the e-way bill need to be generated? What are the circumstances in which the e-way bill has to be generated? So it will be generated only when the consignment value or the transaction value, or the value which you mentioned on the invoice, exceeds the 50,000 rupees. So remember that only when the value exceeds the 50,000 rupees you are required to generate e-way bill. Then next question, what are the circumstances in which the e-way bill need not to be generated? So now that is the most important question. So first of all, when the unregistered person supply the goods to the unregistered person, some unregistered supplier delivering the goods to the unregistered person or unregistered recipient, then no need to generate the e-way bill. But in that case, the transporter may require to generate e-way bill. We will discuss about it later. Then second one, if the value does not exceed 50,000 rupees, obviously if the value of consignment doesn't exceed 50,000 rupees, no need to generate the e-way bill. Next one, if you are dealing or you are transporting the goods within the 10 kilometers from the place of business of the consigner to the place of business of the transporter for further transportation. Remember that if the distance is 10 km from the place of business of the supplier to the place of business of the transporter for further transportation. Remember that further transportation. So if suppose supplier is here and the recipient is there and the distance is only 5 km and you are using the service of a truck, then remember that you are required to generate the e-way bill, because those conditions that 10 km is only for those when the supplier is delivering the goods to the transporter for further transportation. So therefore 10 km is not like that. When the distance is 10 km, then you don't need to generate e-way bill. No, if 10 km for further transportation, then only there is no need to generate e-way bill. Remember that. And then there is special circumstances which is given under section under rule number 138 sub rule number 12 or 14. So there are four circumstances in which the e-way bill need not to be generated. First one, when the good being transported are specified in annexure. So there is an annexure list where the goods is mentioned. So basically those goods are really exempted goods. So in case of exempted goods, no need to generate e-way bill. Then second situation, when the goods are being transported by the non-motorized conveyance. So when non-motorized conveyance like the belgadi or rickshaw you can say, in which there is no motor, then no need to generate e-way bill even if the value exceeds 50,000. Then where the goods are being transported from the port, airport, air cargo complex and the land custom station to an inland container depot or the container freight station for clearance by the custom. So from airport to custom freight station, no need to generate e-way bill. Then fourth one, in case of a movement of goods within such area as notified under clause D of sub rule number 14, or basically in this rule when the government will say you don't need to require e-way bill in those cases, in those area where they will notify, no need to generate. So four cases are there in which no need to mention generate e-way bill. The important point is that only the exempted, you can remember only the exempted goods is there. Then next important question, how it will be generated? That is the most important question, like the procedure of generation of e-way bill. So the first step of generation of e-way bill is that the registered supplier who are causing the movement of goods, the registered supplier, or you can say registered person who cause movement of goods need to fill the detail or information in part A of form GST EWB01. So first step, part A of EWB01 need to be filled by only the registered supplier. Remember that, because who are causing the movement? Who caused the movement? Supplier caused the movement. But in case when the unregistered supplier is delivering the supply to the registered recipient, then the registered recipient will be deemed as the person who are causing the movement of goods, and that is provided in explanation 1. For the purpose of this rule, where the goods are supplied by an unregistered supplier to a recipient who is registered, the movement shall be said to be caused by such recipient if the recipient is known at the time of commencement of the movement of goods. So where the unregistered supplier is supplying the goods to the registered recipient, then the registered recipient will be deemed as a person who are causing the movement of goods. So therefore basically two type of person need to fill the detail in part A of GST EWB01. First one, the registered supplier. Second one, registered recipient in case he receives the goods from the unregistered person. So two person, part number A of EWB01 need to be filled by the registered supplier and the registered recipient. Registered recipient in case receive the goods from the unregistered supplier. Then what is the second part? Second step. So when the registered supplier will fill the detail in part A of EWB01, then that will be auto populated into the common portal of the recipient, and now the recipient has to either accept or reject the part A. Remember that he will accept or reject it, but if he doesn't accept or reject it within the 72 hours of the generation of part A, then it will be treated like he accept those part A. So remember that first part A will be generated, and then recipient will accept it, and then part B of EWB01 need to be filled. And now the part B, who can fill the part B? Part B can be filled either by the registered supplier, registered recipient. So remember that part B need to be filled up by the registered supplier or the registered recipient. So remember that part B can be generated by the registered supplier or the registered recipient. So like part A need to be generated by the only registered supplier or registered recipient in case purchased from the unregistered. Then part B need to be filled by only the registered supplier or the registered recipient. And then what is the third step? Third step is that after filling the part A and part B, the e-way bill need to be generated. So need to be generated by whom? Either registered supplier, registered recipient, or by the transporter. So in case you are registered supplier or you are registered recipient, but you don't want to generate the e-way bill, then you can also say to the transporter like you generate the e-way bill. So how it will work? Like you have to now furnish or give the information part A. It will be auto populated, and then recipient will accept it, and after that the registered supplier will need to give the detail in part B, and then after it will be the e-way bill will be generated by the transporter. So part A and part B will be filled up by you guys. So if you are thinking like I don't want to generate the e-way bill, then also you are required to fill part A and part B. So it's not like that e-way bill rule or e-way bill you don't need to fill the detail. If you are registered supplier, registered recipient, then you need to give the anyway detail in part A or part B, even if the e-way bill need to be generated by the transporter. Now that is the procedure. Now there is also provision of cancellation of e-way bill. So it can be also cancelled in case when the goods are either not transported or are not transported as per the detail furnished in the e-way bill. So if you not transporting or if you are amending something, then you can cancel it and cancel within the 24 hours of generation of e-way bill. And in case there is a verification in transit, then it cannot be cancelled. Remember that. Then there is also validity, like e-way bill can be valid only for certain days. So in case the distance of the goods, the distance like for the distance the good has to be transported, if the goods are being transported and the distance of transporting the goods is up to 100 kilometer, then the validity is 1 day. In case for every 100 kilometer or part thereof, thereafter 1 additional day. So like if you are supplying the goods within the 50 kilometer, then 1 day. If you are supplying the goods for 300 kilometer, then 3 days. For every single 100 kilometer extra, then 1 day will be added. So like 300 and 3 days, 400 4 days, 450 5 days. And also like 1 day will be counted from the date from the time when you generate the e-way bill, and 1 day means 24 hours. So you can just say suppose when you are generating the e-way bill, then 24 hours from the day, from the point of time when you generate the e-way bill, that will be valid. That's how it's gonna happen. And then documentation. What exactly are the documentation which is to be accompanied by the person in charge of conveyance? So suppose the truck person or the person who are transporting the goods by way of truck need to have those two things. First one, invoice or bill of supply or delivery challan, as the case may be, whichever will be applicable, need to be with the person in charge of conveyance. Second one is the copy of e-way bill or e-way bill number. So 2 things is required to be take with the person in charge of conveyance. But there is also concept of radio frequency identification device or generation of invoice reference number. So these are 2 also important thing or additional thing which is optional. So I don't want to tell you about these 2 things in this video because that is special nature, and like radio frequency in identification device is very technical nature. And then invoice reference number is also something which is like extra burden to the person. So I'm not going to tell you this in this video, but if you want to know it, then I think you are very technical or the knowledgeable person, then you can read it by yourself. So in case invoice reference number, you have to give the detail in form GST INV1. So that is really extra burden. You don't need to I think you don't need to also know about it. And then that is the thing. And there is also provision for the transportation transporter, special provision for transporter, like rule number 138 sub rule number 5, 6, 7 is for the transporter. I'm not also going to discuss this thing into this video. If you are a transporter, you can ask me on the mail. So that's how it's gonna work. And then there is also rule for verification and inspection by the proper officer, that is provided in rule number 138B, 138C. So also I'm not going to tell you in this video because that will be really not important for you guys. And then after reading the e-way bill, I have some issue or need to be clarification, something which I itself am really confused on some point. So I will tell you those issues in Hindi, so you can also understand it. And also I think I should deliver you in Hindi so that you can easily understand it. तो पहला इशू ये है कि जब आप पार्ट नंबर ए और बी देखेंगे तो उसमें आप देखेंगे पार्ट नंबर बी सिर्फ व्हीकल नंबर का है, और पार्ट नंबर ए में आपको इनवॉइस की डिटेल, वैल्यू, देन डॉक्यूमेंट नंबर, काफ़ी सारी चीज़ें लिखनी है और काफ़ी छोटा सा है. तो आप अगर देखें GSTIN भी देना है, तो अगर मान लीजिए आप रजिस्टर्ड पर्सन है और आप अनरजिस्टर्ड को सप्लाई करते हैं, तो आपको उसमें रजिस्टर्ड अनरजिस्टर्ड का GSTIN लिखना होगा. तो कैसे लिखेंगे आप अगर वो अनरजिस्टर्ड है तो? सो ये एक इशू है. तो आई थिंक उस केस में आप नील छोड़ सकते हो और शायद वो फिर एक्सेप्ट कर भी लेगा. अभी कुछ कहा नहीं जा सकता क्योंकि ई-वे बिल अभी तक एक्टिवेट हुआ ही नहीं है, तो फिर कैसे पता लगेगा इसका, अभी तो कुछ सॉल्यूशन नहीं है. आई थिंक उस केस में आप उसे नील भर देंगे तब भी काम हो जाएगा. सेकंड वन जो है, आप अगर एक्सप्लेनेशन 2 पढ़ेंगे 138 की, तो वहाँ पर आप देखेंगे कि कुछ एक एक्सप्लेनेशन लिखी गई है. उसमें लिखा हुआ है द इंफॉर्मेशन इन पार्ट ए of form GST EWB 01 shall be furnished by the consignor or recipient of the supplier as consignee where the goods are transported by रेलवे और बाय एयर और बाय वेसल। तो ये एक्सप्लेन कर रहा है कि पार्ट ए भरना है अगर ट्रांसपोर्ट हुआ जा रहा है गुड्स रेलवे के थ्रू, एयर के थ्रू और वेसल के थ्रू। सो इसका क्या इम्प्लीकेशन पड़ता है, जैसे मान लीजिए आप एक जगह पे हैं, अब रेल, एयर और वेसल ऐसा तो है नहीं कि जस्ट आपकी फैक्ट्री के बाहर है, तो यानी पहले तो आपको आपके गुड्स एयरपोर्ट तक या फिर पोर्ट तक ले आने पड़ेंगे, तो उस केस में आपको ई वे बिल बनाना है। फिर दोबारा जब वो पोर्ट से या फिर एयरपोर्ट से या फिर वो रेलवे से ट्रांसफ़र हो रहे होंगे तब भी आपको ई वे बिल बनाना है। तो ये एक ड्यूअल चीज़ हो रही है, और यहाँ पे एक्सप्लेनेशन में साफ कह रहा है कि पार्ट ए तब भी भरना है अगर वो एयर के थ्रू, रेल के थ्रू या फिर उसके थ्रू हो रहा। सो ये एक थोड़ी सी ड्यूअल चीज़ हो रही है, पहले आप जब रोड के थ्रू करेंगे तब भी, और फिर जब आप एयरपोर्ट, एयरवेज या फिर एयर के थ्रू या फिर आप फ्लाइट के थ्रू या फिर आप रेल के थ्रू करेंगे तब भी आपको ई वे बिल बनाना है। तो ये उसकी एक इम्प्लीकेशन निकाल के आ रही है। तो उस केस में आप ई वे बिल एग्जैक्टली बनाएंगे कैसे? सो पार्ट ए तो आप भरेंगे, फिर पार्ट बी में आपको डिटेल देनी है किसकी, अगर आप देखोगे पार्ट बी EWB 01 का, तो आपको व्हीकल नंबर देना है। तो उस केस में आप ट्रेन का क्या व्हीकल नंबर दोगे? तो शायद ट्रेन का नाम मे बी, और एयरपोर्ट एयरवेज के केस में आप शायद फ्लाइट का नंबर दे सकते हैं। अभी कुछ कहा नहीं आ सकता, तो वो थोड़ा सा एक इशू है कि वो एग्जैक्टली होगा कैसे, और उस केस में ई वे बिल बन जाएगा तो वो वर्क कैसे करेगा उसका थोड़ा आइडिया नहीं है। फिर तीसरा जो इशू है, अगर आप देखोगे जो ई वे बिल का जो फॉर्म है EWB 01, उसके दो ही पार्ट हैं, पार्ट नंबर ए और पार्ट नंबर बी। तो सपोज आप रजिस्टर्ड सप्लायर हैं, आपने सप्लाई किया एंड देन आपने पार्ट ए भरा, फिर देन बी भरा, तो पार्ट ए और बी ही हैं, तो वो एग्जैक्टली वर्क कैसे करेगा? लाइक आपने पार्ट ए भरा देन बी भरा, तो वो जनरेट कैसे, अलग से कोई प्रोसेस है जनरेट करने का या फिर कैसा एक अलग से फॉर्म है, वो अभी कुछ पता नहीं है। वो कैसा फॉर्म निकलेगा पार्ट ए और बी भरने का, उसके बाद अभी हमें कुछ पता नहीं है कि वो कैसे इलेक्ट्रॉनिकली काम होगा, उसका कोई आइडिया लगाया नहीं जा सकता। और अगर आप देखो कि एक इफ़ ट्रांसपोर्ट रिक्वायर्ड टू जनरेट देन आल्सो सप्लाई, हाँ, तो ये मैंने पहले भी बोल दिया था कि ऐसा अगर मान लो ट्रांसपोर्टर चाहता है ई वे बिल बनाना, तब भी आप अगर रजिस्टर्ड सप्लायर हो या फिर रजिस्टर्ड रेसिपिएंट हो, तब भी आपको पार्ट ए और बी बिल फिल करना ही है। तो ऐसा नहीं है कि ट्रांसपोर्टर करेगा तो मेरी छुट्टी, नो, आपको तब भी पार्ट ए और बी भरना ही है। तो ऐसा नहीं है कि आप छुट्टी, आपकी टाइम सेव हुआ, ऐसा कुछ नहीं है, आपको ही पार्ट ए और पार्ट बी भरना है। और अगर आप अनरजिस्टर्ड से अनरजिस्टर्ड में सप्लाई हो रहा है, तो उस केस में एक ये लूप होल भी हो सकता है। अगर जैसे उसमें लिखा था कि अनरजिस्टर्ड टू अनरजिस्टर्ड है तो आपको ई वे बिल नहीं बनाना, तो फिर उस केस में ये हो सकता है कि कई बार जो ट्रांसपोर्टर होंगे वो कहेंगे कि ये तो अनरजिस्टर्ड का है तो इसलिए ई वे बिल नहीं बनाया गया। लेकिन अगर आपको बनाना है तो एक यहाँ पर सेकंड प्रोवाइजो भी दिया है रूल नंबर 138(1) का, तो उसमें वहाँ पर ये क्या हुआ है कि जहाँ पर मूवमेंट होगी अनरजिस्टर्ड कर रहा है, तो उस केस में अनरजिस्टर्ड या फिर ट्रांसपोर्टर ई वे बिल बना सकता है। तो प्रोवाइजो नंबर 2 ये कहता है कि इफ वेयर द मूवमेंट इज कॉज्ड बाय द अनरजिस्टर्ड पर्सन ईदर इन हिज ओन कन्वेंस और बाय हायर वन और थ्रू द ट्रांसपोर्टर, देन ही और ट्रांसपोर्टर मे एट देयर ऑप्शन जनरेट द ई वे बिल। सो यहाँ पे ये लिखा हुआ है अगर अनरजिस्टर्ड कोई डिलीवर करता है तो अनरजिस्टर्ड करे या फिर ट्रांसपोर्टर करे, दोनों की ऑप्शन से ई वे बिल जनरेट हो जाएगा। तो यहाँ पर अनरजिस्टर्ड है तो वो जनरेट कैसे कर पाएगा जब उसका पोर्टल ही नहीं है, उसका लॉगिन आईडी पासवर्ड नहीं, तो कैसे करेगा ये कुछ पता नहीं है। और अगर करेगा, मान लीजिए ट्रांसपोर्टर कह रहा है चलो मैं कर देता हूँ, तो ट्रांसपोर्टर उस केस में पार्ट ए और बी कैसे फिल होना है, क्योंकि वहाँ पे अनरजिस्टर्ड कैसे उसको एक पार्ट ए और पार्ट बी भरेगा। क्योंकि अगर आप देखो रूल के अकॉर्डिंग तो हु कॉज द मूवमेंट, जो मूवमेंट करवाएगा उसी को पार्ट ए भरना है, और फिर या तो सप्लायर को भरना है या फिर रेसिपिएंट को पार्ट बी भरना है। वहाँ पे ट्रांसपोर्टर का ऑप्शन दिया ही नहीं है कि ट्रांसपोर्टर को भरना है। तो एग्जैक्टली काम होगा कैसे, मुझे ये थोड़ा सा इशू है। अगर अनरजिस्टर्ड करता है या तो अनरजिस्टर्ड करता है तो कुछ होना ही नहीं है, तो उस केस में एक लूप होल है कि लोग कहेंगे अनरजिस्टर्ड के थ्रू हो रहा है जब ट्रांसपोर्ट करवाएंगे। तो दूसरे केस में अगर करवाना है ई वे बिल तो कैसे होगा जनरेट, क्योंकि ट्रांसपोर्टर भी अगर करेगा तब भी उस केस में पार्ट ए और पार्ट बी तो सप्लायर या फिर रेसिपिएंट को ही भरना है, तो एग्जैक्टली काम कैसे करेगा। तो ये थोड़ा सा इशू है जो कि मुझे एक इशू लगा, मैंने सोचा आपको डिस्कस कर देना चाहिए। So that was an important provision relating to the e-way bill rule. So if you think that you have also query, then you can ask me on the comment section. I will make separate video to make the answer. And if you are a special entity like the transporter, then you can also mail me, but you have to pay some amount of money to the channel as your contribution to keep the channel alive. And also I now starting a discussion tab. Just write in the playlist or video or the home tab, so you can also ask your comment on that section where I will read it out, but I will reply by way of separate video. So you can ask your query on the discussion tab. It's not like that you have to now comment on the comment section of a special video. No, you can also comment on the discussion tab. So I will read it. If I find it cool, that I will make separate video to give the answer of your guys. And if you are not the part of the channel, then what are you exactly doing? Just subscribe the channel and just be the part of this channel, because that channel is really important, really interesting, where I discuss with you legal thing which you cannot find in other channel, like I say. Alright guys, so now we will meet. What was that? lag raha hai has raha hai kya? That is the truck, and that is the rail, and that is the air. So alright guys, so now we will meet again in the next video. Till then, bye bye.